right? So it's like if it's art, for example, if I don't keep the people around me who value that art with some money, then they can't buy it. So it's just a bunch of poor people who love your stuff. They're just gonna comment on Instagram like, "Oh, I love that. I do that all day. I don't be having enough money for some of the stuff I want to buy, and I hate doing it. I'm being honest. I hate going under certain paintings and being like, "Yo, bro, this is fire." But I understand what value the comment and the engagement buys, but it doesn't fully express what I truly would have liked, which is to get invested in the art piece, right? So it's like, that's why I'm saying it, like making sure. Now, I'm not gonna fall in his DMs and be like, "Fuck you, man, I can't afford your painting," because that's what people do. "Fuck you, man, why are you making it so expensive? Make it cheaper and more affordable for people like me." And it's like, nah, man, like I'm gonna work harder so that I can be a part of that asset class and get invested in it so I can keep it at the value that it's at, and then it go up, versus making him come down here and then now we got to do the work down here together to get it back up there. It's like, nah, he's got it at 10,000. Don't make him come down to 200. And then now y'all both got it. Now all you want to do is make your $200 painting worth 10,000. It's like we working backwards. You get the $10,000, meet me here, and then when you buy my $10,000 painting, you just put me up at 11,000 right there. The fact now I can tell somebody you copped it, we both up now. We both have a piece worth some money. So it's like, that's how I would explain to somebody. Number one, have something, cash flow, some form of insurance for your assets when you're going to acquire them. And then like also maintain the community or the system that appreciates the value of your asset. Otherwise it becomes worthless. Anything you can apply those two things to, I think you got an asset on you. A video game, a Pokemon card, some music. If you can ensure that no one else can take it, and that other people value it, you got yourself an asset. You good. And if anything, I got. Was that the only thing you wanted to talk about with stocks?
And even with that, that was just you broke it down. You simplified it, I should say, so people can understand and recognize that. I feel like they'll do well because like my perspective on it was is if something is like is bad, right? Like let's just like you said, will you? I use me myself. In my past, I was a poor-minded thinking person. I always thought about what I could get more than what I could do. So once you get what you get and you still don't know what you want to do with it, 9 times out of 10, something bad's gonna happen. You really just can't get nothing out of it. Like getting $1 million everything. And I could go buy a Lamborghini. Think you go do that job. Or we rent. And my thing be like, if you add value to something, especially something that you know can either be replaced or it can be an asset, it's either that you're going to add time to it, you're going to wait, and time doesn't always mean waiting. I want people to really understand time does not always mean waiting. You can literally leave something alone and use the term give it time, but as long as you don't put your intention into it, your mind into it, or anything that you're doing into what that time is, that moment is given for that situation to go whatever way it's going, it's not time. It's not time until you check in on it.
Yeah, you go.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's how I felt with like when it comes to business, it's like people don't understand if you construct a deal, let's say you construct a music deal. We ain't even gonna say the numbers. You construct a music deal, you have your team and all that with you. You gonna probably see the exact price twice within a year. Unless you really did need him or her. So let's say the first time you get there, you meet the exact boom. Y'all go through the rollout, y'all go through all the game plan. Say, all right, I'm gonna go here for 6 months, go make my album, do whatever I need to do. See you in 6 months. Like I said, that 6 months hit. That's the second time in the year I seen you. Yeah, man, I need another loan real quick.
Right.
I need this, that, and the third. All right, like you just said, I know your value. I can give it to you. Let's say that that person doesn't have a consistent income, but they have the belief. Is that now on the person that's saying that they have the value, or is that on the person that believe in the idea of the value of the person?
Well, I would think going back to I'm a Gemini, so I'm always, I hear everything in like a split. Like it just goes. Yeah, my perspective is always split in half. So one thing I heard was, you want to be a righteous person. And with being a righteous person and a leader, if you are a righteous leader, you take accountability for the lack of awareness of your squad, of anybody in your team, in your care, in your employment. You go and take responsibility for it. Now, capitalism requires you to ensure everyone doesn't know. Because if they do, then they do what you're doing. So if you're trying to, you want to make the most money and capitalize on somebody, that's how you do it. It's literally let them believe shit. You believe in them more than they do themselves. That's something. I believe in you more than you believe in yourself. I love you. And it's like I've been spun like that before. Whereas like somebody sees a better outcome of what you're doing for themselves. So they're just Mike Tyson, and you know what I'm saying? They're just pushing you along because that's what's best for them. They're not willing to work for themselves as hard as you're working for them. There it goes. So that's what it is.
So you just said it, right? But most people think once they, like I said, you get handed that $1 million and you really don't have no idea what comes with it or what it is. Versus, like you said, I mean, like
what you do know is the bad. Some people just only know some people only know the bad that comes with it. They don't know about the good.
But that's what I'm saying, though. That goes back to, do you know that you're an asset, or do you think you're a liability? Because most people to themselves say, we talked about it the other day, use the term. It was along of most people don't know what they begin themselves into half of the time, especially when it comes to with caring about their own creativity. Somebody wrote Monopoly. Josh wrote down Monopoly. Everybody hates when it's like, oh, you gotta go to jail. You can bail yourself out of jail too. Or most people get so stingy with their money, they still be thinking of what if I run out? I'm just gonna wait in jail, sit in jail for these 3 rolls, or just try to roll little doubles. I'm gonna take my thing.
Can't collect no bread. Can't collect no.
You're telling me so you just sitting there letting other people buy the properties around you, keep moving ahead in front of you, getting more money, while you like, I'm gonna sit here because I don't want to spend my money to get out. And I'm not equipped enough to think about my strategy even in this game. I'm just playing Monopoly. Bro, I'll tell you this, I don't ever just play Monopoly. When I'm in there, John, I'm in there, John. So it's like going back to the initial part. If you could sit down with the exec and you see the engagement on you, that can dictate how you play the situation. You just said it. How many people sit down with James Nolan when they sign a contract? They probably do a press conference with the hierarchy.
Maybe Derrick Rose, like if you're a franchise like tag, you franchise tag money, yeah, he might check you out.
So you might come, come have dinner with us, I want to tell you how our team is. Boom. If you're not producing the way that he wanted you to produce, after a while, you become a liability to him. You become a liability to yourself, but you're still an asset to him. So
there you go. Right. There you go. That was it right there.
Right. How is that capitalism? I'm just trying to figure out, how is this capitalism?
Okay. So I'm gonna bring up the definition and then I'll rock from there. And that's why I shrugged my shoulders when I said capitalism, because I'm not trying to give this a negative connotation. I'm just trying to call it what it is, right? An economic and political system in which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners and profits. That's what they say on Google, right? That's cap, right? I'm gonna give it to you. Where is it at? Let's ask it, how does capitalism work? Because that was the most blanketest answer I have ever heard in my life. Let me see. There you go. All right. So capitalism is often thought of as an economic system in which private actors own and control property in accord with their interests and demand and supply freely set prices in markets in a way that best serve the interests of society. Right. So that was like a big fucking sandwich of information in one sentence, right? So let's start off with private actors, right? So in capitalism, the function of it is to be a vehicle for political and financial